Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the Gamut Network. Such an exciting woman we have on the show today. I am so excited to introduce you all to Whitney. She wrote into the show and explained why she'd be a great guest. And boy, I think she's going to be, because she's accomplished so much in her life. Whitney, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to talk with you, find out more about you. But let's really start from the beginning. Can you tell us a little bit about growing up with cerebral palsy?
Okay, so I have three other siblings. I have an identical twin, and older sister, and younger brother. And I like to. This is totally my joke. People say I should be a stand-up comedian, which is kind of ironic because I'm in a wheelchair and I sit down all the time. But I like to say that my twin stole all the oxygen, and that's why I have cerebral palsy, because I wasn't breathing when I was born. So I like to make that joke. She doesn't particularly like it, but I like to make that joke. So growing up with cerebral palsy, I would say that I had a pretty normal childhood because my parents, they wanted me to be just like my siblings. So we played a lot of sports growing up, and I actually played t-ball, and it wasn't like you see nowadays where like the inspirational little videos going on with the kids playing t-ball. No, mine was not like that. I wanted to be seen just like a regular t-ball player. So I'd hit the ball, and one of my teammates would I was in a wheelchair, so one of my teammates would run around the bases with me, and it was a good chance.
They would be pushing you around the bases? Okay.
Yeah, and there was a good chance every time that I'd fall out of my chair, and that happened quite a lot. And I would just get up and we would just get up and go. And yeah, we were very sports oriented. So like if I couldn't participate in the sport, I was like the designated coach or water girl, and I was not quiet. I was on the sideline screaming, and so that kind of like set the tone of my childhood. And then like going into like school age, I was I guess you could say I was like I was in the popular crowd for a while, because I grew up with these kids from pre-K to junior high, so they didn't see me as
they just saw you as Whitney.
Yeah, they just saw me as Whitney. So I was in student council. I was a cheerleader. That's weird to say now, because that's like not my attitude. That's like not my personality now. But I was a cheerleader. I was in bands, and then growing up, tell me if I'm getting ahead of myself, but like going from junior high to high school, I had to change schools.
Right. Okay.
Because my family moved. So that's when I first got the taste of, holy crap, I'm the girl in the wheelchair. I'm the girl in the wheelchair, like, because I went from kids that have grown up around me for however many years, and they were used to me, to this new set of people that had no idea who I was. So I kind of had to
let's stop there for a second, because I think that's such an important transition. So
yes.
You had up until middle school, like you said, people just saw you as Whitney. They didn't see you as the girl in the wheelchair. They didn't see you as, anything else but just Whitney. And sounds like there wasn't much you didn't do. You were a cheerleader. You were on student council and band and popular, and everything was as typical as it could be. And then you have this major transition into high school where you're moving and starting all over again. And with even anybody, able-bodied, having a disability, that's a tough transition in and of itself. So how were you anxious? Were you nervous? Did you not really think about it? What was that like?
Honestly, I was so used to being accepted. I didn't even think about like what could happen, because I kind of was in this, I would call it like a sheltered bubble from the rest of the world, because I was so used to being accepted and everything that didn't cross. I don't know if I was just like naive or whatever, but it didn't cross my mind that I could be like in a whole different situation.
And were you? Was it a whole different situation?
Yes, it was totally different.
They weren't as accepting, or what, did they treat you differently? What was the feeling?
Yes, I was well, I went from like I moved 15 minutes away, so my hometown is like, I moved 15 minutes away to the next town, and that town was even smaller. So I went from a 3A school to a 1A school. So it was like a big adjustment in that area, and I was the only person in a wheelchair in my school district that was in mainstream classes. So like I felt like I had to like prove myself, and like those years, like going into high school, are very awkward, and it made me like very shy, and I didn't want to speak up for myself because I didn't have any friends. I felt like, and I just wanted to be quiet. I just wanted to be quiet and like get on with it. And when I first moved there, I experienced bullying for the first time by one of the star athletes, and that's something that I've never experienced, and my family has never experienced it. And I have a very protective older sister, and she kind of took it into her own hands when it came to bullying. And she I don't condone this, but it kind of had to be done. The school wasn't taking it very seriously, so one of the last incidents, she walked up to the guy, tapped him on the shoulder, and punched him in the face.
Oh my God, I love your sister. Not condoning this either. Not condoning it, but good for her.
Yeah, they both got suspended, but he never messed with me again. And then I had to learn self-confidence and self-advocacy. And by the end of my senior year, I had friends. I went to prom and everything. I was the normal high school student by the end of that. But I just had to learn how to use my voice and to show people that, hey, I'm just Whitney. I'm not the girl in the wheelchair.
Exactly. Whitney, I'm curious. Do you think that this experience, being that in the beginning, during the younger years, you didn't necessarily have to think about anything else other than just being you, and then suddenly you were cast into this new experience of having to prove yourself again, having to build up your self-confidence and self-esteem. Do you think that prepared you for life? In other words, if things had just moved on as they were in elementary school, do you think you would have been as prepared for after school when the real world happens? And what did this toughen you up is my question.
Yes, this definitely toughened me up. It gave me it didn't give me a total dose of the real world, like that came after when I went to college and stuff. But it kind of prepared me. Like, for instance, I went to I used to go to content mastery. I don't know. It's just a place where people that have students that IEPs could go to for help and stuff. I would go there. I didn't need help, but I would go there just to like escape. And by my senior year, I didn't go to content mastery at all because I felt like I was more like short myself more, and that's academically and socially.
It's
And so
amazing.
by the end,
I
yeah,
love
so
that.
by the
I
end
like seeing the growth that you had through that time of your life. So then we move on to college, and then let's go from college into what's happening now.
okay, so I have to back up to my senior year.
Oh,
The
sorry.
whole picture.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So up until I was a senior in high school, I had to rely on a caregiver to do everything for me. So I wasn't quite sure if college was in the cards for me because I was so dependent on someone else. And when I was 17, 18, I got a chance to be interviewed for a Baclofen pump surgery, and Baclofen is just a muscle relaxer that, like, because with cerebral palsy, you're constantly fighting your muscles. Like, I'm constantly spastic, and so Baclofen is just a muscle relaxer to help ease that spasticity, so I can like function better and I can gain muscle. And the pump is just a more it's more of a severe, like, I get the medicine more through the pump than just by oral medication. So I got the pump in April of my senior year, and my doctor's hopes were that it would just make it easier for a caregiver to take care of me. But she didn't know who she was dealing with at the time, and I'm very stubborn and hard-headed. So by the end of that week in the hospital, I was putting my shirt on for myself for the first time, and to kind of like fast track it, I went to therapy every day, for at least a month and a half, and I had the surgery in April, and in May, I walked across the stage in my graduation.
Oh my gosh.
That was the very first.
Amazing.
Yeah, thanks. That was the very first time that I like did anything like that, so it was a pretty big deal. And then going into college, I knew that I had to be independent, like as independent as I could. So I continued to go to physical therapy and rehab for however long they would have me. And through perseverance and like hard work, it wasn't easy, but I got into a community college first, and my parents' one stipulation was that I had to have attendant care to help me. But well, we didn't know at the time. We were naive at the whole attendant care situation. The attendants, at least where I'm at, like the agency wasn't very reliable, and the attendant care wasn't very reliable. So they wouldn't show up, and I'd just be stuck in bed. So I had to learn how to be self-sufficient. So I ended up learning how to do all of my self-care, everything by myself. And
you are a real go-getter, Whitney. So you really make it happen, right? You have a vision and you have determination, and You wanted to be able to take care of yourself. You made it happen. So
Yeah.
I don't want to run out of time, and I want to make sure that we get to cover what you're working on now. So tell us a little bit about what life is like now for Whitney.
Well, in my professional life, I'm a content manager for Able Thrive, which is an online disability platform for people with disabilities, and I write and manage the content for them. I'm a motivational speaker, and I've traveled all over Texas doing motivational speeches. And because of COVID, I just started a kind of like this an online talk show / podcast for the Cerebral Palsy community.
Amazing.
And it's called Spastic Chatter. So it's
Spastic
play
Chatter?
on palsy.
I love it.
Spastic Chatter, and that is really taken off. And on my personal life, I got engaged in October.
Congratulations!
Thanks. So
and
that's
when's the
something
wedding? Are we gonna wait till 2021?
Yeah, we're gonna have. We still have to figure all that out because of COVID and all that stuff. So we're waiting till everything like dies down a little bit more. But yeah, that's something that I never thought was in the cards for me, and so like everything is kind of falling into place. So,
I love that so much, Whitney, and I think it's also because of your drive, the support of your family, and just you having the confidence to believe that you can do whatever it takes in this world to make it happen, and you do. And kind of what we were talking about before, I love your tattoos. How old were you when you had your first tattoo?
I was 19 but the reason I waited so long is because I didn't know if I would like jump because of spasticity.
Yeah.
And I made the comment to the tattoo artist the very first tattooed me. I was like, you might have to strap me down. And then he started tattooing. I fall asleep. Like the needle, the vibrations put me to sleep. Like it's a total different reaction than I was expecting. No.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Now, how can people get in touch with you if they have more questions or they want to find out about your podcast? What's the best way to connect with you?
I am Wheelchair Wit on all the social media platforms.
Wheelchair Wit, and is that WHIT?
Yes.
Okay, Wheelchair Wit on all social platforms.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, Whitney, before we go, I'd like to ask all of my guests one final question, and that's about the power of a vision board. Whether that is a physical vision board like I have next to me at all times, or something that you keep in your head and your heart of what you hope to accomplish in this lifetime, or who you want to meet, or what you want to do. If we got to peek onto Whitney's vision board, what would we see?
You would see to hopefully expand my my reach on my motivational speaking. You would see getting a house in the future. You would see all kinds of advocacy and helping things. I'm all about helping others and making a difference. Even though that sounds kind of cheesy, it's true. And all things dogs and tattoos. All things dogs and tattoos. That's all I'm about.
All things dogs and tattoos?
Yeah, and
concerts.
Texas country, that's my jam.
I love it. I love it. I love you. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. First of all, early congratulations on the wedding, but please let us know when it actually happens, because we would love to know how things are going. But it was such a delight to talk to you, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thanks.
If you would like to be on the Gamut Network, please email us at talent@gamutmanagement.com to tell us why you'd be a great guest. Please also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Gamut Network, as well as follow us on social media at Gamut Management. Thank you again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.